All right. Should be going live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And we are broadcasting from Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. Joining me on the dais today, of course, is the one, the only, thank God, Randall J. Bird, spirits
That's
medium
right.
to the gods.
And you know, it's kind of a big day, both in whiskey, which is our favorite way to kind of
Mm-hmm.
look at the world, and also tequila, because we're on the cusp of a Cinco de Mayo and a Kentucky Derby kind of weekend.
Cinco de Derby,
Yeah.
as we like to say. And of course, well, let's just bring him in right now because
Yeah.
he's sitting here anyways.
Otherwise,
Yeah, he gets all.
there's a
Yeah,
parade,
that's
everything
the.
has to.
All right, and making his way to the dais as always is the one, the only, and thank God for that too.
Yes.
Is you want to give his intro?
Yeah, El Rey, the grape one.
All right,
And he always comes by with something delicious and to teach us a little bit more about stuff that I'm not interested
somebody asked me that. Somebody asked me this week. They said, when's Cinco de Mayo?" And I said, "Well, it's sort of in the name.
in. Right.
It's May
Cinco de Mayo,
5th."
Yeah.
And they said, "Is it May 5th every year?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yep, sure is.
Sure.
May 5th every year. Cinco de Mayo. Yes, 5th of
Mayo.
May. Yeah, we go." So that's on Monday. So most people are going to be doing their celebrating this weekend, I would assume.
I'm sure it's already
Uh,
started.
I'm wearing my Derby hat today
Yeah.
because today is the
And for the folks that
running
are
of the
listening on the
Kentucky
radio, it's a large, floppy women's hat,
Derby. Yes, it is with a lot of
just
flowers.
appropriate for the Derby, right?
Yes, lots and lots of flowers on that one, Randall. Obviously, you've never been to the Derby like myself, and you don't know about all this the pageantry of the Derby, Randall. It's
Yes.
just a lot. Ray would like it
But
because it's a lot of royal pageantry type stuff.
That's
going
right.
on.
Yes, I would. Yes.
All right.
Well,
All right.
you came up here. There was flowers thrown at your feet, petals, and you were kissing babies, and you brought with you a special wine.
He's been asked to stop that, by the way.
Right.
Don't stop kissing the babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Several complaints have been filed with HR about the kissing of the babies.
Yes.
So, all right. We're all set. But what do you got for us today?
Yeah.
I should actually give you the intro for those.
It's the wine of the week. There we go.
It's the wine of the week.
Stop whining.
Stop whining. All right, let's start whining by whining.
Okay.
All right, Ray, what's the wine of the week?
You know, all these weeks of doing this, I've always wanted to show a little love to South Africa. The wines coming out of there are really stellar, great prices. And I happened to find one that we had, and we have a fair amount of it. And it's got a picture of a zebra, which
Okay.
they call a horse, on it. And I said, you know what? It's
The Kentucky.
Kentucky
I
Derby.
see.
yeah,
Yeah.
see a little
The zebra
correlation.
races.
Yeah,
We're gonna go to.
and not only the Kentucky Derby thing, but I just happen to think that this is kind of a bizarre type wine. It's made from 100% Cinco grapes, old vine, and Cinco is a grape that is used as a blending grape in the south of France,
Okay.
Rhone Valley. You'll always see Cinco to a varying degree, but rarely, if ever, do you see it.
Why do they use it as a blending? What properties does it have that just?
It has a savory component
Okay.
to it.
All right.
So
Savory, Randall.
savory.
One of
yes.
Randall's favorite words. Savory.
There'll be a
Now,
quiz. There'll be a quiz.
There's
later
like
on
an
that.
Italian liqueur called, or a bitter called, is that Cinzo or is
No,
that
it's,
something?
Cinzano.
Cinzano,
Okay.
which
so
is
I'm
which
way
is
off base.
which is artichoke.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I
It's
did not know
artichoke.
that.
Yeah, it's artichoke.
All right. So
Okay.
no zebras were actually hurt in the making of this product.
That we know of.
That we
And
know.
it's called Tiger Horse.
Tiger Horse because
That makes sense now.
back in the days of Rome,
Oh
the
boy.
the Latin term was hippo tigris, which loosely translated is tiger horse.
Because hippopotamus is water horse,
Yeah.
and so you got it, Randall.
Yeah, no, I
Tigris.
get it.
Tigris is
I
is,
just
is
was
tiger.
waiting for the Latin translation from a man obsessed with the Roman Empire. All right.
Okay.
That's
So,
what that, people don't know that it's
Cinco.
water horse. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that. Like
Hippopotamus.
hippopotamus.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Well, now we got the hippo
we-
You know,
tigre.
I get
Hippo
accused
tigre.
of derailing the train all the time. But let's get back to
All right. Let's
this
get back
tiger
on
horse.
track. The
So-
racetrack, so
so
to speak.
this is called Old Vine Cinco, and
Okay.
the term Old Vine is very subjective. To me, old vines means 90 to 120-year-old vines. In this case,
Youngsters for Ray.
yes, yes. So these come from 40-year-old vines, which they consider old vine. Technically, I don't, but whatever. So, as I said, Ryan, very savory style, very floral on the
Yeah.
nose. You get red berry fruit like cherry. Actually, if you really concentrate, you get a little pomegranate there.
I swear to God, I was just going to say pomegranate.
You get a little pomegranate there, and people upstairs will always ask me about food pairings with things like duck. Well, this happens to go perfectly with duck. You have a nice duck breast.
That's a fowl, Randall. That's a water bird.
No, I know. I mean, I'm impressed that
Don't run
people are
afoul.
asking or still eating a lot of the game meats like duck and
Duck.
So
is,
when the kids,
Yeah.
I love duck,
I
and
do
so
too.
does Jennifer.
I do too.
Lovely Jennifer loves duck, and we used to like to have she would cook duck every once in a while, but we couldn't tell the kids when they were little that it was duck, so we told them it was dark meat chicken, and they love duck. We ate it probably maybe even once a month or something like that, until their friends whose father's a culinary guy and he is from England. They go, no, this is duck. So now I'm up against them, and they're like, Dad,
Now
is
they're
this
pissed.
duck? And no, it's called the chicken duck. There's
Right.
a chicken
It's
duck.
a
And you
land
look up,
duck.
there is actually a chicken duck. But the cat was out of the bag, so to speak. But
right.
you know.
You're telling them that in ancient Latin, land duck,
Land duck.
which is also called chicken.
Yep.
All right.
This would go great with duck, especially like La Orange or I've had one with like a cherry sauce. This would be great.
You're just naming
Perfect. With
fruit.
the cherry sauce.
I just name fruits, Randall. That's all I do.
Absolutely. You could also do this with like a beef carpaccio. You could do it with
Yeah.
stir-fried stir-fried dish with beef in it.
You know, I actually like this one for today because outside it's like threatening rain, but it's not humid out, but it's still hot. So this isn't like overly heavy or anything like that. It's very, very drinkable.
And what I would do with this, especially on a day like today, a slight chill to the wine. Not cold, but a slight chill, maybe about 5-7 minutes in the fridge. Good to go.
Or several handfuls of ice poured into the glass.
Oh, that's sacrilegious. That is.
I know. I knew I was going to
What
get something
the hell are
started.
you talking about
Yeah.
there, boy?
You want to chill down the bottle.
chill down
Yes.
the bottle. Actually,
Not
the
water
easiest
down
thing
the
to do
liquid.
is put it in the refrigerator and then take it out like 20 minutes before you're going to serve it.
Sure.
That'll work.
Mhm.
It'll get it down so it just
That's
has
your
a
tip.
chill in it. Yeah, that's my chip.
Yeah.
I get a tip.
Now, the big thing for this wine, $9.99 per bottle.
Nice.
Today and all of next week, 20% off. Comes down to like $7.99. This is a case buy. This is
That's
case
a
buy.
summer red buy.
Yes.
It's a summer red buy because this would be something where again you put a little chill on this, you could have this all summer long at that
Absolutely.
price.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
And a Stelvin closure.
And
Screw cap.
and a Stelvin closure. So this is
Commonly referred to as a screw cap,
Yes.
but Randall wanted to show off today.
I like to be precise.
Oh, is
in
that
the
a
language.
Stelvin closure, Randall? I have to see that was good. A Stelvin closure.
so Ryan, this is 2021 vintage
Okay.
Tiger Horse Old Vine Cinco. On the shelf, it's $9.99
Minus
today.
20%.
20% off this week. And I think, as I said earlier, about maybe focusing on South Africa a little bit more. What they're known for is their Pinotage
Yeah, Pinotage is
reds. Their Chenin Blancs are really stellar. Sauvignon Blancs are great too. There's so many wines to pick. I just keep neglecting that. And I'm
so
going
much to go
forward,
with.
we're going to.
And I'm going to say this for our radio audience. Cinco is spelled Cinsault, where I thought it was the way you
Sinault?
pronounce it, Cinzo or whatever, which I've seen on posters of things, but it has nothing to do with that.
Yep.
No.
So, yep.
Sinsalt or salt. So
Before we take the break and we do other stuff, I just want to remind everybody that next week, Saturday, we'll not have a radio show. I'll be away, but that is the Tequila and Rosé Festival. It's purchase a $10 gift card to attend it, but you can bring a friend for free. That's May 10th from 2 to 3:30. Tequilas also going to have mezcals and rosé wine. Going to be a festival. You definitely want to go check that
all
out on
right, stay tuned. We'll be back after this commercial break and
Thanks, Ray.
also
My
doing
pleasure.
stuff
Thank
on the Facebook Live feed.
Yes, we'll continue to do that. All right, we're out.
Yeah.
All right, I figured since Ray's going to go upstairs, so I figured that Johnny set up you with a tasting today, Randall.
Well,
we need to pick a barrel, and the one the barrel we're picking
okay,
today.
so we're talking about a barrel selection process.
Right.
Samples were sent to us.
Correct.
We've put them in individual glasses and numbered
Well,
those
John did
glasses as a
because he
code.
does it correctly.
And
No, I
now we're going to try and pick, if there is something here to pick from,
Yep.
one of these for
So this is
purchase later down the year.
right.
Right,
As soon as we put this in, we'll put it in this weekend, and it'll probably take about 3 or 4 months to turn around. This is a Hirsch product, double oak, and this is barrel number. There's several barrels that we coated, but the mash bill on this one is 72 corn, 13% rye, and 15% malted barley. The ABVs range from like 57 or 56 to like 58, somewhere in there, because each one's different. They're all the same age. They're 7 years and 3 months. So that's what you have before you, Randall.
Okay.
Have you started tasting them?
I have sampled all 3 of them.
Okay. What's your prognosis? Which one are we going to get?
The middle one.
The
For
middle
those
one.
listening on the radio, it's the one in the middle.
That would be
I guess
that would be barrel number
we have a code on here,
9194.
494. And in tasting these, the 472 is pretty good. But I feel
but it's
like
not
it
as good
has
as
a
that
little
one.
bit of something on the back end of it. And then of course the other one, I'm not liking a lot of the profiling.
Yeah, number 3 I think is listen, when Randall and I pick barrels and we go through, usually the first thing we do is get rid of anything we don't want.
Right.
And that was, both of us had moved that one off, which was 19508, I believe. We moved that one off. And so we were down to the other 2. But I mean,
well, first of all, what most people don't, I think, realize is that you're trying to select the best of sometimes things that are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So different kind of lineup or whatever. One of these other ones might have showcased a lot better. But we think that in this lineup, it's the one that's in the middle.
I think this one's fantastic. I really like this one. That's really quite good.
Yeah.
It's going to show very, very well.
So now you take that sample.
Just so you know, that's a sort of a famous mash bill that I gave you. So I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. But
right,
it's a famous mash bill that
somebody has given this to Hirsch, or they purchased it, but probably has some kind of NDA on it so that you're not revealing the base distillery, although it probably is not Hirsch.
What they're doing is they're actually rebarreling this. This is why you get the double oak on this.
Right.
They're rebarreling these. So it's now something different than what it started as, but that's quite good. I'm very happy with that. We'll have to come up with a name on that one because that's damn good. All right, so we're done.
Yeah,
we picked a barrel today.
We just sat here, sipped whiskey. John Hendricks was running around like a crazy person.
I think Johnny's coming up. Are you coming up here, Johnny? Johnny's coming up as soon as he's done because he's.
Well, if you could move a little faster, show a little bit more hustle while we just sit on our butts here, that would be helpful.
Are you really giving them a hard time?
I know.
All right, here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830, and it's Cinco de Derby today.
That's right. You think there's a lot of pageantry in the Derby. El Rey leaving the podium. It was like
the entourage
the parade
is just
of
too
horses
big,
and all the other stuff.
It's
and all the bright colors of a jockey, which, by the way, we have something. If you were watching this on the Facebook Live, the new pinhook.
The new barrel that we we got the new
there's a barrel head
right
behind it. And if I position myself just right, it looks like I have a halo.
No,
but I'll move out of the way so you can see it's the pinhook barrel head.
Yeah, pinhook barrel head.
If you're watching this on Facebook Live, and if you're listening on the radio, this was complete meaningless nonsense. Yeah.
Before Ray left, he wanted me to point out that this Thursday, May 8th, from 7 to 8 p.m. downstairs in the Metro Station, Midnight Cellars is coming. Rich Hartenberger is going to be here, who's the owner of Midnight Cellars. And I think he's the winemaker. He is going to be here. It's a $10 gift card, and you can bring a friend for free. There are some seats left, but not many. Go to juliosliquors.com, look at events, and sign up for this one. Rich is really a lot of fun. It's going to be a very fun tasting. As a matter of fact, Johnny and I were at Fireflies. We invited some people to come to it because we thought it'd be very interesting for them to come to also. So Thursday, May 8th, 7 to 8, downstairs, Midnight Cellars.
Midnight Cellars is the brand name. He's going to go through several different wines, I think.
Quite a few.
Robles or
Robles.
The California region. And again, if you want to see Ray in all his
Ray will be here.
Ray will be here as well.
Yep.
May 8th, 7 to 8 p.m.
Randall, since you mentioned the barrel head behind you from Pinhook, I think it's important that we do the drink of the show.
Okay.
Now, you want to give the premise to the drink of the show, and then I'll tell them what we're having?
Yeah, we do a drink on the show. What do you mean the drink?
Well, it's like someone's business. I mean, come on, Randall. This is like we've been doing this for like 14 years now.
Right. And we still haven't gotten it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the drink of the show is what we put in our coffee mugs as one of our primary and like kind of featured drinks of the show. And so what we put in our coffee mugs in New England, you would think it's nobody's business. You're just drinking something out of your mug.
Yep.
But we like to tell you, and today we like to tell you that it's Pinhook and it has a 9 on the bottle.
Well, I wanted to tell you, here you guys go. And I'll give this to the studio audience if they have some. I'll give them the bottle and just
no coffee mugs unless you bring your own.
Yeah, this is aged 9 years. This is part of our vertical series. This is 103.6 proof, so that's 51.8 for those playing at home. This is the 2025 release. This one is called the Home Stretch. This is barrel number 2413. We've been waiting for this one to come. I'm very excited about this. Number 8 sold out. We got a little bit of 7 left, and that's about it. But the new Pinhook 9 is in. So
that's right. A vertical series, you're talking about the fact that it's the same kind of group or batch of mash bill and everything, but aged progressively each year, releasing a different one.
Right.
So that's the vertical. However, if you drink this whole bottle, it will make you horizontal.
We started with 4. Right. So 4-year-olds. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 6th release of it. But we were hoping, so this is sort of cool. We were hoping to get to 12. And we're sort of buying them as we go along.
With the caveat that if we find one that we're not that interested in, or we think it's gone off the rails a little bit, not tasty,
well,
we can pass on it.
The problem is when you start getting up there, it can fall off, and we don't want to get with those. But I just talked to Sean Joseph, who's the owner of Pinhook, and he sent me some information. He was like, Ryan, what's going on is because these are stored at Castle and Key, they have sort of the microclimate there is a little bit different. They're not getting this high heat. He thinks that these will go longer than the 12. So he says, are you still in if we go longer? I go, as long as I'm finding these barrels and we're picking them and they're good, I'll go however long. They've all sold out. I mean, we get a little 7, but that was because somebody else had some of the 7. We had to get it back, so we got it late. But we have a little bit of 7 left. But these have all been selling out. I got like maybe 1 bottle of 8 upstairs.
So if it goes past 12, you have the right of refusal. But
correct.
Hopefully, and fingers crossed, it's going to be as delicious as these as they progressed.
I have a feeling. So I think 8 was our most popular.
Yeah.
Sold that real fast. If I remember correctly, this profile is very similar to 8, so I have a feeling this might be our most popular.
This is super similar to 8. I think it notches it 8 up a little bit. I mean, the years can do weird things. It doesn't mean that it's going to be progressively better or whatever. It's
Or
still
linear.
or
Like,
linear.
it gets the exact same amount
Yeah.
better the same year.
So this one, I think, because of the flavor profile, John, I think you are correct that a lot of people who bought the 8 will be back for this 9-year-old definitely. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully, cousin Vinny can, if he's listening, can put. We got a couple links up that you can actually purchase these online too. So that is Pinhook number 9, a rye vertical series. And John, and it was over there hustling, and he actually made us a drink. Did you use the Pinhook 7 for this?
I did use the Pinhook 7 for this.
So what did you make for us with the
So-
nice big orange slice in it?
So I did post those in the comments.
Great.
So what this is an organic blood orange juice, Pinhook Rye 7, a little bit of honey, and sparkling dry wine. So I just used Prosecco.
Okay.
And here you have it. Garnished
I
with
thought it
orange
was
slice.
from the blood of a hippie. That's
It's
what
a-
the organic was.
Kind of, yeah.
Why would you say that?
Blood of a hippie. Okay.
This is actually really good.
So we did this for the Derby that's today. Instead of doing your typical mint julep, which I also posted a recipe for that on there. but
Okay.
This was kind of,
I don't know why I'm not seeing any of that. It's sort of weird. I don't know what's
it's,
going
it's
on.
in the
with it.
comments. It's
Yeah.
on my, I can see it on mine.
Can you? Oh, good. Because oh, there it is.
There's
For
a
some reason, mine
tartness,
wasn't
a
showing.
sweetness,
Just
and
needed
very
to refresh.
orange forward.
Let's get everything in. This
Now,
is really
Pinhook
good, John. I like
has-
this one.
Pinhook has a racing theme.
Yes.
So this is like doubling down on the Derby thing. One,
Absolutely.
the release that just came out. 2, they put our barrel head up, which has the racing jockey kind of colors and
Correct.
like bright geometric shapes
The
on it.
flags.
And on top of that, you name the Pinhooks. The 9 is a racing term, right? It's
Yeah. So what we're doing basically is going around the track as
Yeah.
we're doing this. So last one was there was backstretch, and then this one here is the home stretch. So somebody said actually Sean said he's like, I know you're doing these inside of a racing order, but like if we go further, you okay with that? And I'm like, dude, trust me, I got contingencies in for everything. There's everything to being put out
Right.
to pasture, to the glue
2.
factory.
Here comes the white screen. Or
Yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
I think this punch has a problem.
Let's get
Yeah,
a hole at the top of the glass.
I think I could drink way too much of this way too fast. That
It's really good.
refreshing.
It is really good. If you're looking for something to serve today,
I highly recommend that.
I would recommend Pinhook Orange Rye Punch. John's got the recipe up on Facebook.
Super easy to make.
That's really good. I like it. I like
But
that
that's
one a
not
lot.
the only thing you made.
What do the audience think?
Do you like that one? Let's put it this way. I think that both the glasses are empty. So if that gives you a clue, I think you're right in there. Well, we've done a rye, we've done a wine. We should probably do a. I know what we'll do. We're going to do a margarita.
What's this?
That's a margarita.
We have,
Oh yeah, that's Johnny. You made some, right?
I mean,
Let's do. Oh, let's do that first.
Right.
Right.
So I'm like,
right.
not only was that a lot of
All right.
extra work that he
All right,
managed
well.
to run around and get done, but there's another one put up right next to it.
Now,
All right. So what's this one?
This is just a classic margarita, traditional style, on the rocks. This was definitely a little bit harder to make than the punch because I believe in using fresh ingredients in cocktails because I think they make them taste better. So these are all freshly pressed limes, little agave syrup, Herradura silver tequila, and
Nice.
a little bit of triple sec. I also posted the recipe in our notes. So
I
So
see
that's
what
up
you
there.
did there because Herradura has a horseshoe on it, even though it's a tequila.
look at that.
Look at tied it right.
Oh,
How did that happen?
Yeah, it's so tricky. I can't.
Well, listen, we got to stick with a theme, but especially when you have sort of two things going on, and every year, of course, these almost, they come close to matching up. Like I think one year, both of them were on the same day. It was because it was May 5th was the Kentucky Derby.
That's every year. Cinco de Mayo's on the same day.
We've been through this
Yeah.
at the beginning of the show. It wasn't Randall who asked me, by the way, because then people are going to think Randall's the one that asked me that question.
I did not.
He did not. But yes, Randall. It is always.
Don't get me started on evacuation
and
day. but-
speaking of tequila, don't forget next Saturday, tequila and rosé, May 10th.
Well, that's
o'clock.
that's a good one. And actually, This,
And then Sunday, you've paired it up with
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
yes. Well, yeah, that gets paired up. But don't forget, even this Whiskey Wednesday with the Alma de Jaguar, Jaguar tequila. And supposedly, as a little bit of extra surprise on that, supposedly we picked a barrel from them called Le Tigre.
Le Tigre. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Tigre, Jaguar.
That we're actually they're going to give us a sample bottle so that we can everybody can that's coming can try the single barrel we got coming from them too. So it's going to be a sort of a fun filled Wednesday, and then you get the wine on Thursday, and then you get the tequila rosé on Saturday, and then of course you got Mother's Day, and we got a big Mother's Day sale going on. So there's a lot of stuff happening this week.
And
so
come visit me up in the aisle on Friday night, or I'll have the whiskey wagon out. So you have
John's Frisky Whiskey
wagon.
Wagon.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You could do back to back.
Back to back to back to back to back.
That's right.
Did I get enough backs in there? I
Yeah.
think so. John,
Need a chiropractor.
aces on that margarita.
Yeah.
Really
I'm-
good.
I'm pretty pleased with myself on these.
One of the things we just did this past Wednesday was at Fireflies. We did a dinner at Fireflies, which went off amazing with Penelope. And that's the second to last Fireflies bourbon dinner.
One more coming.
We got one more coming, and this is like I've been dying to do this for like 4 years now, and we are going to do it now. It's a whiskey dinner. It's 5 whiskeys, 5 courses, featuring Balcones Distillery out of Texas, and we're going to do this. One's going to happen outside in the backyard at Fireflies. So it's a smaller amount of group that we can take. It only takes like 75 people, but we are going to finally do a pig roast. A pig roast. It's going to be I'll give you some of the stuff: Cajun shrimp, smoked chicken salad, lobster rolls, pig roast, black eyed pea salad, homemade cornbread, strawberry shortcake, more. It's like an entrance to summer.
Jeez.
And we're going to do that out on the porch on Fireflies. Go to Fireflies website for all the pertinent information, and you can order it there and reserve online. You definitely want to do this. It's $90 per person, but it does include the tax and the gratuity.
All right.
All right.
And this isn't a cooking show or a food show.
But
It's the
My mouth
liquor
is watering.
talking here on WCRN. That's AM 830 on your dial. We're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. We'll be back on the other side with more of the nonsense.
Nonsense, you say?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. All right, you guys want to try?
I see what you did there with the Balcones, by the way. Balcones is Texas, which is right on the border of.
Mexico.
That's right.
See, like
Nope.
you know,
It's
theme
right on the
going on.
border
like
of
I cannot
Gulf of
draw a
Mexico.
theme into each other. You are crazy. You are crazy. I'm just watching that bottle over there because Diane's kept that bottle for a while now, and I'm just making sure that I
doesn't
get
go
a
down
full
further.
bottle
We
when I
marked
get back.
We marked it.
We
with
marked it,
Sharpie,
Diane.
so just in case you're getting.
So our studio audience is not as quick to give us back our stuff. Here, I'm going to pour these
Did you
out.
enjoy the Penelope?
No, the pinhook.
Pinhooks. We just had the Penelope.
We had the
dinner.
Penelope the other day.
Dinner, yeah.
That did really, really well, by the way.
We have so many events going on, Randall. They all just kind of blend into each other, but they're all outstanding on their own.
All right, here, guys. Here, take one of these. You want to come up and grab this? I'm going to give you guys a sample. I'll take that bottle back. There you go. You can take those. I'm just like, I have to pry her hands off the bottle of whiskey and give her more whiskey. That's the only way I can get it.
You have to trade it out.
I have to trade it out. There we go.
She's smart like that.
Yeah. So this is what I just gave you guys is a new barrel that we just picked last week.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be coming out. This is from Blue Note. It's Blue Note uncut. So it will be the estimated proof is 117.4, and I'll actually give you because I have the numbers here. 37. Here it is. This is a Kentucky bourbon, and it's the percentage are 78 corn, 13 rye, and 9 malted barley. It's a 4-year-old at approximately 117.4 proof. So we've named this one Roadhouse to stick with the Blue Note sort of bluesy sort of theme to it. It's going to be called Roadhouse. Yes, you can do the karate chop if you want, Randall.
Right. My suggestion for the Moyle, because it is Blue Note uncut, was refused.
What was it? What was yours again?
The Moyle.
The person who does the bris.
Yeah, that's why we refused it.
Yeah.
I think it's self-evident why we refused it now, isn't it, everybody?
It's uncut and unfiltered.
Uncut, unfiltered. So this is just basically going to be thrown light filtration, thrown into the bottle. Everybody, Blue Note has become one of those things that's been extremely popular because it's affordable, and they're all like 4 years old and they've been delicious, right? So we picked a really good barrel on this one. So keep an eye out for that one. Here we come. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. We are broadcasting from Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. Want to know all the pertinent information, go to juliosliquors.com. If you want to actually see this train wreck as well as hear it on the radio, you can actually go to the Julio's Liquors Facebook page. We have Facebook Live on this. After that, it becomes a podcast, which you can visually see or just hear. Look for It's the Liquor Talking wherever you get your podcasts, such as Spotify or Apple. You will find it there. Cousin Vinny usually gets it up pretty quickly. He gets those up for us. All right.
Eternally commemorating it, no matter how mediocre the content may be. But we
Speak
like
for
to
yourself.
No, I'm saying that. Let's get a quizzy action.
All right. It's time for the larceny question of the show. Now, I didn't usually during the break. I usually give you the question so you guys can think about it.
Yeah.
If you need to think about this one, I'm gonna hit you both over the head with a bottle.
All right.
Ready?
Cinco de
All
Mayo
right, here we
or
go.
Kentucky Derby oriented.
That's right. Right. What is the official drink of the Kentucky Derby? And if I have to give you, do I have to give you multiple choices on this one? How about a gin fizz or a vodka martini or an Irish coffee or a mint julep?
I posted the recipe to the show for today. So it's there.
All right. What is the official drink of
I can't
the
remember
Kentucky
the
Derby?
order it was, but mint julep.
Mint julep.
That's correct.
Mint julep is, of course, correct. And, we even have some mint julep glasses upstairs. I just noticed that they had some.
I'm gonna say maybe next year.
Is that a silver?
It's like a silver, yeah,
like a
silver
copper.
challenge.
Copper.
That's not copper.
Isn't it copper colored on the outside?
No.
No.
Oh, you're thinking of a mule.
No, yeah, mule.
That's
Sorry.
another
Yeah.
kind of. That's a
Oh,
horse.
Sean, you were doing so well today.
Oh my gosh, I failed again.
Again. All right. There's a couple things I want to get to today. Let's do something fun. A gentleman came to see me this week, John Shan. He is the founder and CEO of Deanie's Teenies.
Okay.
All right. So he gave me some. Let me see if I can find it here.
That's not those, but
I got them. I got them right here. I got Deanie's Teenies right here. And he gave me. What do you guys want to try? I got Deanie's Teeny, and we'll do it as a. Let's do it as a yay or nay. Do you guys want Cosmo or Lemon Drop?
let's go with the lemon drop because I feel like the citrus kind of would nicely follow up to the margarita citrus.
Okay, that's fine. Now these are, let's see if I can find the things. They're 10% ABV. They're 200 milliliters, made with vodka. This lemon drop martini is. It doesn't really say if I should shake this or not, but I'm going to do
It
it.
says best served chilled with a lemon twist.
Okay, well we don't have a lemon twist. Martini's in a can. So
This is going to be 10% alcohol by volume, and of course it's a 1,200 milliliter size. So
it's
It's like
200 mil. It's 200 milliliters.
oh, there's a little slash in front.
Yep,
of it.
I knew there was. Let's try these. They're pretty clear. Pretty clear. Lemon drop. There you go. Some for the studio audience. Now I'm gonna see if John can come on the show because I want to give me his story on how he came up with these and what he's doing with these.
The other
things.
John.
Yeah,
other
there's another John, but he
There's
spells it
another
the
John?
correct way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that was-
Jon. He spells it. So
Yeah, well, it's short for Jonathan. That's how Jonathan Taffer spells his too. J-O-N.
this is good.
Yeah, I
This
like
is really nice.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're doing this right now, let's double up then. Let's do the Cosmo. Now, I'm not a huge Cosmo fan, but I know they are very popular.
They are.
Get in your time machine. It was the drink of the
1974, I believe.
2000.
Yeah, but 1974, I think, is when the Cosmo was
And then what was it?
invented.
Sex and the City TV show revived it.
Yep. Now,
And then everybody started drinking.
here we go.
Cosmos
We'll give
again.
these to the studio audience so that they can so they enjoy the show more the more they drink. It's really weird.
It's got the
So.
correct pink color.
It does have the correct pink color. Smells pretty good.
Does that smell
I
good?
like to make a cosmopolitan with Glenmorangie.
Glen-
Does anyone understand the?
Yes, I do. All right. Made with vodka. This is martinis in a can. Same thing, 10%. This is a 200 milliliter can.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good.
That is
It's all right.
definitely acceptable.
Yeah.
If you're like a Cosmo. The thing about all this stuff that they do in the can and stuff like that, if they do a good job on it, what I do like is it's always consistent. So the next one will taste the same. So, sometimes you go into a bar and you order one and then the next one, depending on the bartender, the next one maybe tastes different. You can't always have our John there, making you a perfect drink. So these are good, though.
Perfect, huh? Oh boy.
You can have the other John making a perfect.
Yeah, but in the can. So these are, I believe they're like $3.99 a can or something like that, and they sell them in 4-packs. So these are coming. They're not here yet, but they are coming.
Very easily drinkable.
Yeah, I think these are.
Definitely
I
has
think they're
like a-
quite nice.
Like hot
So,
summer day kind of thing going
Yeah.
on there for sure.
definitely cut through the humidity. Anyways,
Rand-
nice. I like them.
Randall's going to be pounding these this summer. I know it
No, I will not.
because he's a cocktail guy.
Do you want to try the other 2 cans since we have them here?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
hand me those, Randall.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. The
Nope.
ones, those
No.
two
Those
cans.
two. You had it. You
Yeah.
had it in here. 2 stacks.
Those are
Oh,
whiskey,
2 stacks.
2 stacks.
whiskeys.
Because
in
there's
it.
another 2 cans in the
Thing,
that
yeah. But I
martini.
wanted the 2 stacks is Irish whiskey signature dram, and the other one is 2 stacks Irish whiskey single grain double barrel. Let's do that one first. Let's do the single grain double barrel. They're in little tiny cans, Randall.
Right.
They're
But
40.
what's the-
They're 100 mils, 43% alcohol on this one.
So this is essentially whiskey in a can.
Yep, I think that's what I said.
Well, no, but I mean, it's not. We're drinking a lot of
No, it's not a cocktail.
mixed drinks or
Right,
ready
no.
to drinks, or
It's
and this
whiskey in a can.
is technically ready to drink, but
What I do like about this, Randall, is because it's another way of carrying your whiskey with you where it won't get damaged. You can, pretty much use these as a can. They're pretty much ready to go. You
And
can take it
it's-
anywhere you want.
single serving. Yeah.
Single, yeah, I guess so. 100 mil.
That's a lot of whiskey for me in one sitting.
All right.
Sometimes.
Nose on this one's pretty good. We're trying right now is the 2 stacks Irish. We're doing the single grain double barrel. You want to explain what single grain is, Randall?
Sure. It's a single type of grain. Well, so this is what's so crazy about this. If you're in Scotland, this would mean it was from a single distillery and any grain other than 100% malted barley. But
Right.
these are Irish. So I think they're using the terminologies that would come out of Scotland to indicate that this is probably corn or wheat as the grain from one distillery.
I'll let you know that it was 50% of this was aged in bourbon cask, and the other 50% of this was aged in Oloroso sherry, giving it the double barrel sort of preface on that one.
43% ABV.
43% ABV, product of Ireland, and this is 100 mil. So see what you guys think.
And so we're still waiting to get the cans in, but we do have the full size.
We have this
bottles
full size bottles.
on the shelf.
Yep.
And they're
We are getting the cans in too. I think this is sort of a neat way to, 100 mil is, instead of grabbing like, something in glass or something like that.
What's
take this to
the
can.
what's the price point on this?
I don't have the
Or
price
what
point on
will
these
it
ones
be?
yet.
so the
The
full
full bottle.
The full size bottles on the shelf are for the single grain that we just had is $31.99. The first cut, that one's $34.99, and we do also have an Irish liqueur whiskey based for 2 stacks as well for $31.99.
The next one we're trying in the can, the dram in the can is a signature dram. This is 86 proof also. And I don't see who he gets it. He goes, it has 40% single grain aged in virgin oak cask, 40% single grain aged in bourbon cask, 10% aged in the double malt, 10% double malt aged in bourbon, and 2% peated malt aged in bourbon cask. And also 8% of this is pot still aged in Oloroso sherry butts. So it is all over the place. It is their
lot going
signature
on here.
dram. I don't know why I shook that. I don't know what the
Now,
hell
in
that was going to do,
Ireland,
but
typically this would be called a blend. Blend in Scotland means multiple distilleries, but this could be coming from the same distillery because it's multiple distillates.
there you go, Randall.
So
Peated, non-peated.
It's got a little bit of peat
Oh,
in it, so I want to
maybe a
see how
crack in it.
this goes off because
Well,
there's
you
not many.
definitely get a hint of the
Yeah,
peat
not
on
many.
the nose.
Not many Irish do peated anymore. There's only a couple out there that do like a fully peated. And I don't even know. Connemara was
Connemara
one.
was.
One. I don't know if they're still because I haven't seen that in a while.
Teeling does one too. Black Pits.
Teeling does one. Black Pits. Yeah, you're right, Johnny.
Silky is another. This is pretty good.
I like this.
I like that.
I like this. So, as I like to say, the peat is the salt on the steak, but not the steak. It's there to enhance some of the other components. It's not certainly overwhelming. Although if you shy away from anything that's smoky or peated, it may not fit the bill for you.
Right.
But it's actually done very, very well.
And you have it on the cart, or it's just on the shelf?
No, just
Okay.
just on the shelf, and then those cans there.
Yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
to come in.
Well, we'll probably Johnny can taste these out if you want to come in and try them. Just go to the Frisky Whiskey Wagon, which will be up after the show.
That's a mouthful.
John, yeah, I know. John will be up there after the show if you want to try these. There's a little bit left because we didn't drink it all.
I really like the second one because you get some of
I know.
that traditional pot still flavor in there too. Like, it's
Which is
unmistakably
unmalted
Irish.
barley.
I like it. I think they're actually they're interesting, cool. I think we're going to get these. We're going to have these for sale in the can. They'll probably be up at the front where we do the nips, pints, and half pints.
Perfect for camping. Sure.
Yeah, I mean
Camping.
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 There you go. That was a pun that didn't need to happen. But anyways, that's really good. I
They
like
never do.
it. Never do. All right. I think we have to take a break right now. I just want to 20 seconds. All right. I just want to
All
make
right.
sure I hit everything.
Thursday is a wine with Midnight
I'm making
Cellars.
sure I hit everything here.
Try and get the gift card to attend so that you can reserve your spot and bring a friend.
The Tequila
then
Rosé
Tequila
Festival,
Rosé is the
definitely
big
want to
one
go.
on
May
Saturday.
10th. May 10th. Go to juliosliquors.com. Go to the tasting section.
Hold
And
your
sign-
horses. It's Derby Day and also Cinco de Mayo just after the weekend. Please stay tuned to more of It's the Liquor Talking. Be back shortly.
All right. A couple things. I picked
Oh,
these
that great
up.
setting.
I picked these up. I know you Flock chicken skin crisp original.
Oh,
I picked these up. We haven't made with chicken skin and seasoned to perfection. I picked these up for us to try. 13 grams of protein, 0 total carbs, and 0 sugar. So I figured I can't even remember where I got these.
It was that
Where I
long
got
ago.
Yeah, I don't even think that I can even open them that way. Or I should just give this to Randall and let him maul it. But yeah, I'll do it this way, and it'll be nice and hopefully it'll be nice and.
so this is chicken skin.
Chicken
Yeah.
skin. Just what the doctor ordered.
You know.
All right. You
Oh, it
thought
smells
pork
like
rinds-
chicken skin.
You thought pork rinds were crazy.
Yeah.
It looks
Oh yeah, it smells
like a
chicken.
kettle
bone.
cooked intense. Yeah. Okay.
They're good. Good.
Is
You
it-
guys want to try some?
I'm hesitant. And I like to eat everything.
There has not been a food, I think, invented that I have not seen Randall Bird not even try.
I enjoy expired, no longer available products.
Yeah, we noticed.
Very
These are perfect for the radio.
very reminiscent of the skin on a chicken wing,
Yeah. I mean, I think that's sort of where it is, Johnny.
where they're going with it,
I think you're right. Fried chicken wing skin.
without the buffalo sauce, of course.
Well, we could remedy that.
Yeah, we could mix up a batch. We got plenty of it upstairs.
I don't know. I'm sort of, although when I have chicken, I really do like the skin. In a really weird way, I'm sort of turned off by it too.
Yeah.
Like,
It shouldn't come in like a
I
little
agree.
package.
They shouldn't
with
come
a
that way.
foil package that
Yeah.
you have to, pop open like a bag of chips.
The
Yeah.
studio audience is making faces.
They're not sure, but I don't think they taste fine. I don't think there's any problem with it.
It's a lot.
Flock
I've had
chicken
worse.
skin crisp original. Yeah,
If you think a deep fried chicken skin as
the
a
way to go.
chip is
Yeah.
going to sound interesting, this will deliver. I find it a little bit awkward.
But do you like pork rinds?
Not particularly.
No. All right, to
got
wash that down, I think we need something.
Don't rind it. Just put it-
Madre desert water,
okay.
prickly
desert
pear
water.
and lemon, mezcal with natural flavors, and sparkling water. Mezcal. So we don't have this. So this is sort of something for us to
For fun.
to try. So let's put this in.
So there's a whole big thing with branch water as a cocktail. John, you know about this thing.
Sure.
What is that? And is desert water a form of branch water?
So ranch water is
Are you saying ranch like Hidden Valley Ranch dressing or branch like on a tree limb?
I think it's ranch.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it's ranch.
Ranch
And basically
water,
it's mineral. It's basically sparkling mineral water with tequila. And Tapatico is probably the most popular out of Mexico.
Because branch water is a slang for bootleg whiskey in some parts of the South. With the
This is-
B.
Branch, you're right.
Right.
This is
So
not
like
that.
this is no, I'm trying to distinguish from what
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
hearing. And so this is desert water,
desert water,
which is
prickly
very
pear
different
and
from
lemon.
dessert water.
I was going to say desert or dessert.
Desert, 1S,
1S.
right? Am I saying it right now? You got me wondering. Yeah, no, I'm right.
It's desert.
Yeah, it's
right.
desert water. So this is made with mezcal, and it's mezcal, natural flavors, and sparkling water. All right, try this because we're
That's
coming
nice.
That's
I,
nice.
I actually do enjoy this.
That's pretty good.
I think
like
we're gonna
prickly
have to
pear.
come back from the break though.
back. Yeah, we do.
That's very
Coming
good.
back. Let's get that little bit of. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And during the break, we tried Flock Chicken Skin Crisp, the original one. I didn't know there was a lot of copies, but it's the original. It's 13 grams of protein, zero carbs, zero sugar. I would probably not recommend these. That's not at the top of my list. I mean, they're fine,
It's like
but
one of those one and done things.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
you
tried
gotta
it.
try it and you gotta find out if you like it. But if
You
you're
know.
talking about chicken, the thing that stood out to me recently was a hot chicken slider that I had.
Fireflies.
Fireflies.
By the way, Fireflies makes a hot chicken sandwich that's like second to none.
Those chicken sliders.
And they did like a mini version of them this week.
Now,
We did the
Patty, when she tasted it, thought it was supposed to be served warm instead of it's very spicy.
Oh no, yeah, no,
so
yeah, no.
she
I know.
was a little bit stunned at
Oopsies.
the
It's
pepper heat or whatever you would
Yeah.
call the spicy element because she just,
Really?
hit the microwave for
I didn't
like
like
30
that didn't-
seconds and thought
That
it was
never occurred to me
the
either.
No,
hot
that never.
chicken.
No, when hot
it's
chicken,
a hot chicken sandwich as opposed to
a cold chicken sandwich.
chicken salad.
Oh, chicken salad, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hot chicken.
I'm putting it out there as a cautionary.
It's supposed to
warning.
be hot,
Right.
spicy,
Spicy hot.
spicy hot. We also opened up Madre Desert Water, prickly pear and lemon. This is a sort of a yay or nay. We don't have this one yet, but it's made with it's basically a ranch water, but instead of tequila, using mezcal, but this one is flavored with prickly pear and lemon. This was actually really nice.
I like that light smoky element on that one.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
mezcal has that little bit of a campfire smoke. I would say
Can have it. Yes.
can have it. All of it
Yeah.
doesn't. This one does,
Comes from cooking the agave in the
Yeah.
ground pit, right?
but this one does. But
Roasting
this
the
is actually really
piña
nice.
or
It
the
offsets
agave.
the prickly pear and the lemon really nice. I like this one. I'm gonna have to find out where this can where this can came from. Things show up here sometimes,
They do.
which is not a bad thing. All right. I saved something for us to do because I wanted to talk about this. And this one just came in. This is a Knob Creek. Of course, it's the Kentucky Derby. We got to do we haven't done bourbon today, so we definitely have to do bourbon. All right. This is our Knob Creek. This is just came in. It's our new barrel. It's called Lock and Key Proven.
Right.
Proven. This is 119.3 proof. It's a 9-year-old. 9-year-old.
Now,
Right.
prior to this, everything was at 120 proof or a bottling proof. They would take whatever your barrel pick was and then reduce it down to that. And
Right.
for the first time, this series, it's done at whatever the actual barrel is.
Right. And the funny part is that everything, all the barrel samples that we had ever gotten from them were over 120 because they would proof them down. But now that they've started doing these barrels that can be any proof and they're going to stay that proof, they're just picking barrels and sending them. Well, the funny part is this Knob Creek is 119.3. So it's less than the 120, and it's the one we picked, and it blew the others away in its flavor profile. We do our stuff blind. We don't know all the specs when we taste, and it just blew everything out of the water. It was so good. And
this would not have even made it into the program
Right.
prior to this round because it was not high enough to release at 120.
And everybody's got, just so you know, when you're going to see these out there now, everybody's going to go for the high proof.
Of course.
Period. There'll be 127s, there'll be 125 proofs, there'll be 124s. They'll try to find the highest one they can get. The reason why we call this proven is
Flavor.
that 120 range, it just shone so well that I don't know how you could deny
Well, and you
that this
could
is a really
theoretically
good
have
in
a
a blind
bad
tasting.
pick,
This is one.
but we think people would have stepped over this
Mhm.
to get to the high proof thing, and as a result, this proves our theory that if you're paying attention, you can get some really nice whiskeys, despite the fact that everyone has a system for how they're going to do it.
In all seriousness, I already know I'm going to have to get a second bottle of this, if not a third, because that is really, really good.
But I'm
And
just
they've
saying, like,
changed kind of the
everybody would've-
packaging.
Yeah, but everybody would have. Hey, you want to see this?
Yeah.
Everybody would have. I'm just telling you right now, most people would have just stepped over this one now. Because now that you can do over the 120 proof, that is going to be the name of the game, is to go over the 120 proof. And they're sacrificing like really good bourbon for for the proof,
I
for the
think
alcohol content. And
I
it's not
think
about that.
A
It's
lot
about
of
the flavor.
people, retailers, clubs, people that were buying the single barrel,
Mhm.
requested that they take it off the 120 for whatever reason.
So they could
it
go
was
higher.
easier for Knob Creek because they just have to have one label that they
Right. And they bring it down to
consistently do.
120. But technically, this wouldn't even have made it into the round
Right.
for us to do it because it was under the 120. They couldn't bring it. You can't bring it up to 120. You can only bring it down to 120.
Right.
Right.
And
I think they were probably sick of explaining you have to add water to bring it to the 120.
I know, yeah.
You gotta have a whole
Try to
filter.
figure
I
this
didn't
out.
mean to cut you off.
No,
What were you
I
saying? You
was
were
just,
about to say.
no, I mean, I'm just a fanboy of Knob Creek in general. Like, that was the whiskey that got me into whiskey way back when it was brand new, small.
And
Jimmy
one of their
Rich. That's just
experimental ones at Jim
awesome.
Beam, that when they had downtime, they were working on recipes like Booker, Baker, Basil Hayden, and
yeah, it
Knob
was
Creek.
that small batch.
And
yeah.
then when whiskey was booming, they were able to lay down and start essentially new brands. I also like the fact that it has almost like a flask. You have the little
Yeah.
divot.
Like
It's
divots.
nicer to hold in the hand, and it's a textured glass, whereas the other one was almost aggressively smooth.
It's
on the
almost,
sides.
it's supposed to look like that old school hand blown,
I think it's supposed to be the ripples in the. You want my theory?
the ripples.
And
in the-
it's supposed to be the ripples in the creek.
Oh, yeah,
It's Knob Creek, right?
that's true.
Right.
So
the
by your
bottle
theory,
represent-
the cap should be a knob instead of a.
Yes, by my theory,
Or,
yes,
yeah.
that was the whole thing. There's knobs in
It's a
in
creek
creeks,
and a
right?
knobs. Yeah.
I think the original bottles said it looked like that it was wrapped in a newspaper, like they had done it way back when.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, I remember. I still have some, I think, somewhere.
Do you have some? I'm trying to
Yeah.
get this.
I've
thing
been, like I said, I've been a big fan of that stuff in general for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I think this one. I think this is a really good version of Knob Creek. So
The whiskey that got me into whiskey.
that's what Jennifer likes. Lovely Jennifer likes Knob Creek, and she drinks that a lot. That's sort of one of her go-tos also. And this one, I'm going to bring this one home because this one's going to be. You can try it here. John will have it up at the.
One of the things that I find interesting about the whole arc of the Knob Creek project was we were naming stuff way back before a lot of other retailers were naming things, right?
Mhm.
But generally speaking, if you're looking at it from a collection standpoint, for example, if you're collecting highly collectible Willet bottles, they will all be a family reserve, estate reserve, right?
Yep.
But they would distinguish what they were for a single barrel pick by the proof.
Right.
So
That was the
all Knob Creek
distinction.
bottles look the same, but if you didn't have a chance to name it, you would not be able to distinguish your pick or
Somebody
picks
else's
over
because
the
they're all at
years
120.
because they all look the same on the bottle. And now you can kind of like track it by this 119.7
Yeah.
or 4 or whatever.
3.
Yeah.
I think it's 119.3.
Yes.
So this is open for you to try, as well as the pinhook, which we tried today. That one's also open. Just before we get out of here, I wanted to do one more thing. The Via Carota, the Carrot Road, just released a new flavor in their lineup. They sent us some this week so we could try it. Vita Carota. This is the classic margarita.
Yeah.
And just in time for Cinco de Mayo, I would say. Can you see the proof on that one better than I can see the proof on this thing? Because they got a really
Probably
tiny
not.
one. Let me see.
Because you know, it's an Italian beautiful bottle, so
It is really pretty.
sacrifices on the
Is it on the back?
No, it's
it's
on the
down
front.
here.
18% ABV.
yeah.
So this is their
And-
new margarita. I hear already that it's selling out. We just got some in finally.
Most-
Just hit Massachusetts.
Popular cocktail
Yes,
in the world or United States?
United States.
United States.
Number one cocktail. This is nice.
So they did a very nice job. And of course, we were just talking about the glassware in the Knob Creek. The Via Carota, I think, has knocked it out of the park with their presentation of their bottle. So
This is really good. I will say John's, the one he made for us is like top.
That's all
notch.
fresh ingredients.
Right. But if you were going to just pick something up, this is pretty,
Absolutely.
this is nothing wrong with this one. Pretty good. So if you're looking for, and they do sell them in little 100 mils too.
yeah.
So if you want to, they have what is this one? 375, and then they have 100 mils. So
You could buy a variety of the different cocktails, and then
Yeah.
whoever comes over to the house or does whatever at the barbecue, pick
There
their
you go.
own and take it out.
I'll put that out the cart today too.
all right. Okay, we got to get out of here. Just remember, there's a couple things today. Today's today's the Kentucky Derby, and Monday is Cinco de Mayo. Listen, we talk a lot. We tell you all about the drinks that we're having, but please be treated responsibly. The life you save may be one of ours. So be careful out there. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
joining
for
us
listening
today.
to It's the Liquor Talking, and come by the store and taste some of the stuff that we just talked about on the radio.
Perfect. Now I get to drink all of John's cocktails that he made me. It's great. Thanks, everybody.